Yeah, this is the Variety Kid, and so I mean, someone requested. I actually know the name of the person. Henry Monroe requested that I do a phone review, and I asked him if it was too late to do a review on the Pixel 3, and he said it's not. He said he wanted to see a review on the Pixel 3, so here it is. No, and then I also saw someone else reply and say that some people might not want to see a phone review since not everyone is looking for a phone. But I mean, either way, I would want to do it just to, like, I don't know, give my opinion and maybe persuade buyers. But anyways, let's get into it. Phone review. Okay, you know what? I'm sorry if I'm sorry if I'm ripping off PewDiePie, but I'm really just trying to be funny. Anyways, so anyways, in my phone review, we're going to talk about the Pixel 3, which has a lot of good stuff and a lot of bad stuff. But first, we're going to start off with the good, from the worst to best, and with the bad, we're going to go from the best, or from the least bad to the most bad. Okay, so number 5 is Google Photos. So, like, while other companies offer micro SD card slots, like Samsung, with Google Photos, you get extra storage for free. I mean, it's only for photos, but then again, people take a lot of photos and videos, so I guess it could be good. All the way through, like, the end of 2023 or something like that. Number 4 is 2 front-facing speakers. So, I mean, while most phones do have front-facing speakers, the Pixel 3 and Pixel 3 XL have 2. And, like, I don't know, like, I mean, there are some issues with the front-facing speakers, so that's why I didn't put it in one of the best. And it's not the biggest good thing. But, however, I don't know, it could be good, like, if you're, like, playing music for a party and you want everyone to hear it without having to connect to Bluetooth. So, and like the issue, and it is worth noting that the smaller Pixel 3 speakers are louder due to it having a longer top front-facing speaker. But I mean, still, either way, it's a good advantage on both. Considering that considering that the Pixel 3's longest speaker is longer than the iPhone XS Max's longest speaker. Number 3 is great camera quality. So due to, like, Night Sight and Google's algorithms, it has a great camera quality. Even though on paper it doesn't look like the best. Like, I mean, it does have a slightly higher megapixel count at 12.2 megapixels compared to 12 megapixels on most other phones, like the iPhone XS Max and the Galaxy Note 9. But however, it's so I guess those 0.2 extra megapixels would make a difference and better quality. But however, the main stuff that makes a difference is the algorithm and live focus, or I mean the Night Sight, which gives you better low light photos, and possibly less pixelated low light photos. I'm not sure if it works in the day, where your photos would get less pixelated when zoomed in, but I'm sure it would work in the night. So number 2 is Top Shot. So like so it takes multiple photos for you, which can be good, like, if you accidentally cover up the camera lens, which it has happened to me, like, I mean, like, in early February, like, actually just, like, it was 9 days before I created my first video. I took a picture of this, I was trying to get a picture of this car that was, like, nearby our house. I know it might be a bit creepy, but however, in fact, I don't really know why it was there, but however, I accidentally covered my camera lens, yeah, so, and then I thought to myself, I really wish that that there could be a feature where, like, where it wouldn't get where it wouldn't get a picture of your finger, even if that's what is covering the camera lens. And thankfully, while that didn't happen, something else happened where it takes multiple photos in case you don't get a good photo. Okay, now number 1, the best of them all, and this might not be best in everyone's opinion, is frequent software updates. So I mean, most of my friends have an iPhone, and so I mean, this wouldn't matter. So I mean, but however, many people have Android phones too, and like while on Google, you get frequent software updates, unlike on other Android phones. Now for the not good stuff, like the pretty bad stuff. Number 6 is bad / not durable design. So like it's aluminum, or it's like the bottom 3/4 of the back is like a scratch magnet, and like it doesn't have the best oleophobic coating, which, I mean, while it isn't permanent on pretty much every phone, it is it's not as good as like other phones like the iPhone XS Max. So like it doesn't have the best design, And number 4 is no facial recognition. So, I mean, no, wait, number 5 is no facial recognition. So, I mean, this one isn't too big of a deal considering it has a fingerprint scanner, but most phones have at least some sort of facial recognition. I mean, actually, Google removed it. I think I think it was the Pixel and Pixel XL that had it, but the Pixel 2 and Pixel 2 XL didn't have it due to Google not being able to get secure facial recognition, so they removed it. So there's no facial recognition, meaning that you won't be able to unlock your phone with a biometrics method while it's laying flat on a table. Number 4 is no 4K at 60 frames per second or 240 frames per second at 1080p, meaning that you won't be able to get like as smooth 4K video. I mean, it still might be pretty good due to OIS and EIS, which some other Android phones have. But however, it wouldn't be the however, I don't know, it wouldn't be as good. And then like you can't get 240 frames per second at a good resolution, which although 720p isn't terrible, it does look better in 1080p. Number 3 is a much smaller screen. Now this is only on the Pixel 3. It has a 5.5-inch screen. Yeah, and which is pretty small. In fact, it's even smaller than the Razer Phone 2 at 5.71 inches. So, yeah, it's a much smaller screen than normal, and it's like I'd say almost outdated for 2018, 2019. Number 2 is 4 gigabytes of RAM. So I mean, this is even worse because of Android 9.0. So like you'll have slow multitasking features and won't be able to keep like more than 3, 4, or 5 apps opened. While while Android phones with 6 or 8 gigabytes of RAM might have problems due to Android 9, they wouldn't be anywhere near as big. And I mean, I know people do close their apps often, but however, I don't. In fact, sometimes I might keep up to 50 apps opened. I don't know, I mean, sometimes I'll occasionally close apps to like I'll occasionally close a few apps, not like all of them, but I'll occasionally close a few apps. But however, I don't know, for me 4 gigabytes of RAM would be a pretty big problem. I mean, I don't know, I mean, my iPhone 6s can't keep all the apps open, obviously because I have like 50 of them opened. But however, I don't really know, yeah, and however, even if you do use them like all like in roughly the same period, you probably wouldn't be able to keep more than like 3 to 5 apps open. Now, number 1 is huge bezels. So like on the Pixel 3, so on the Pixel 3, it has a huge chin and a huge forehead, even bigger than the Pixel 2 XL. While on the Pixel 3 XL, it does have smaller bezels than the Pixel 3 and Pixel 2 XL, and much smaller than the Pixel 2, the smaller one. But however, it does have a notch, and it is fairly big, and like, yeah, so the bezels are huge. And there is that huge notch, which, I mean, I don't know. I mean, in some ways, I'd rather have the notch on the Pixel 3 XL than the iPhone XS Max, because you can see the battery percentage, because the notch doesn't interfere with the battery percentage. I mean, actually, I mean, I read that some people might be experiencing a second notch sometimes on the screen of the Pixel 3 XL. I don't know. I mean, my cousin Justin, or I mean, to be clear, he's married to my mom's, cousin. He actually has a Pixel 3 XL, and actually, I mean, I don't know, I mean, I haven't really talked to him in a while, but however, I mean, like I said, he has a Pixel 3 XL, and I mean, I really wonder if he experiences that. I mean, next time I talk to him, I might ask him about that. But anyways, I don't know, here's the conclusion. In conclusion, I'd say the Pixel 3 XL does have some high highs and some low lows, but overall, I'd say the very bad stuff is more significant than the very good stuff. Because, like, I mean, not only because they could find 6 things compared to 5 things, but they seem more significant. Like, I don't know, like, I mean, like the great camera, while it is a very good thing, it doesn't really seem like it's the best. I mean, yeah. So, I mean, I don't know. I mean, I'm not telling you shouldn't buy the Pixel 3 XL. There are still some ways that it's great. In fact, like, I mean, I do like the Now Playing feature that the Pixel 3 XL has. I really wish I had it because I don't really like going into Shazam to figure out the song because, like, it's not as quick. Or, like, sometimes the song might end before Shazam or Siri is able to figure it out. And there are some other features that I didn't mention. I mean, the Now Playing feature might not be, like one of the best. I'm not sure about other Android phones, but yeah. And, yeah, but anyways, so anyways, those were, and by the way, the good and bad were, like, partially relative to, like, other phones. But anyways, that was my review. I hope you enjoyed this video. Don't forget to like and subscribe if you enjoyed it, and check the video in the link. I asked the question of the video, and we only got 1 vote, so be sure to check the question in the video, and in the video of that, and tell me in the comments of that video your opinion on the question. Bye.